Hey everyone! In this video, we are going to be testing if a point is true or false in an inequality. Let's go ahead and get started with an example. We're going to start off with something that looks like this. 2x plus 5y is greater than or equal to 30. So this is different from a linear equation because we have a greater than or equal to instead of just an equal to. Now, if this was a game, what you've been asked is to come up with some point x comma y, where 2 times the x plus 5 times the y is going to give some answer that is bigger than or equal to 30. That would make it true. So unlike a linear where you're trying to equal 30, you can actually give me any answer where it's bigger than 30. So let's go ahead and just pick some big numbers and see what'll happen. So let's test the point 50 comma 100, two big beefy numbers, and see what happens. So this is our x and this is our y. We fill these in. 2 times our x number, which is 50, plus 5 times our y number, which is 100, is greater than or equal to 30. And what we end up with is 100 plus 500 is greater than or equal to 30. 600 is greater than or equal to 30. And now we have to say true or false. In this case, 600 is greater than or equal to 30. So this is true. We successfully came up with two numbers for which this inequality is true. Let's go ahead and test 0, 0, just so that you could see what it looks like. 0, 0 is usually the point that I would test first if given one of these problems, if I wasn't sure what to pick, because it's really easy. Watch this. We do 2 times 0 plus 5 times 0, because both our x guess and our y guess are 0, is greater than or equal to 30. But what this leaves us with is 2 times 0 plus 5 times 0 is 0 is greater than or equal to 30. But is 0 greater than or equal to 30? It is not. This is false. That means if I asked you to tell me two numbers where 2 times 1 plus 5 times the other is bigger than or equal to 30, and you gave me the numbers 0 and 0, that would be false. It wouldn't be a true answer. One more here for this example. Let's do 5 and 4. And you'll see in a moment that I picked 5 and 4 for a really shenanigan reason. So we do 2 times our x guess, which is 5, plus 5 times our y guess, which is 4, is greater than or equal to 30. And what this gives us this time is 10 plus 20 is greater than or equal to 30. And my clever little cupcakes out there will know what I've done, because it's going to leave us with 30 is greater than or equal to 30. And I would ask, is this true? And it is, because our symbol was greater than or equal to. If this had just been greater than but not equal to, this would have been false. But because we're allowed to be bigger than or equal to 30, this is true. Let's go ahead and check out a different looking example. So in the example that we have here, it's written in a slightly different way because now it's written as y is less than 2x minus 6. It's written more in that mx plus b format. And I just wanted you to see it in a totally different little light here. So let's go ahead and test a point. Let's test 0, 0 this time. Remember, I like to test 0, 0 first. So we'll go ahead and test 0, 0 first. And we want to just see if it's true or false. So if your teacher's giving you a question like this, you fill in the x, you fill in the y, and then you decide if it's true or false. So our y value is 0. So we get 0 is less than 2 times 0, subtract 6. And what this leaves us with is 0 is less than negative 6. Is 0 less than negative 6? It's not. 0 is actually bigger than -6. -6 is below 0. So this is false. And that's okay that false is the answer, because our job is just to test to see if it is true or false. So if you've been given this inequality and this point, the answer is false. 0, 0 is not true for this inequality. Let's go ahead and test a different one. This time we're going to test 5, 1. So 5 is our x, 1 is our y. 1 is less than 2 times 5, subtract 6. Again, all we've done is fill in our y, fill in our x, and we're going to clean this up and see what we get. It's 1 is less than, this is 2 times 5 is 10, subtract 6 is 4. And we're left with the inequality 1 is less than 4. We have to decide if that's true or false, and hopefully if you're working on this type of algebra, you will in fact know that 1 is less than 4. So this is true. This is a true point. So 5, 1 gives a true answer in this inequality. Let's go ahead, test one last one. 4, 2. And I like shenanigans, so you're going to see why here. We're going to fill these in. 2 for our y is less than 2 times 4, subtract 6. We have 2 is less than, 2 times 4 is 8, subtract 6 is 2. This looks an awful lot like our first problem where we had the same number twice. But in this one, the inequality symbol is just less than. It's not less than or equal to. The difference is a less than or equal to has a little line underneath. This is just a less than. So the question is 2 less than 2? And it's not, they're equal. So in this case, that would be false. And this is a good variety of all of the little questions that you're going to see if your teacher asks you to test a point inequality to see if it's true or false. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any other questions about this, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Thank you very much.